Mr. Green here. Hope all's good. Let's try to answer the question, can residential wind energy power your home? With popular renewable energy, we of course know that residential solar is quite capable of powering a home. Geothermal can do as well. Probably if you live near a body of fast-moving water that is strong enough and accessible, then micro hydropower can power your home as well. We'll cover all these modalities later in a later presentation. But what about the good old wind? If you want to go renewable, then solar can be a more flexible option for residential and does not need as much space or restrictions as wind. So in a way, residential wind and solar sort of compete a bit. But if you have a big space and a lot of consistent wind in your locale, then wind can work, maybe. Let's give it a look. Challenges are as follows. Energy Sage writes, significantly reducing a household utility bill with wind will generally require a professionally installed turbine with between 5 and 15 kilowatts of generating capacity. Weighing in at more than 1,000 pounds with blades that extend up to 30 feet, it will need to sit atop a tower that may stretch more than 100 feet in the air to maximize its capabilities. Obviously, not every locale fits into those requirements. Energy Sage also writes, one commonly cited number from the American Wind Energy Association pegs the cost of wind at between $3,000 and $5,000 for every kilowatt of generating capacity, meaning costs could range from as low as $15K for a smaller 5 kilowatt setup to $75K for a 15 kilowatt system. And then, it goes up from there depending on large power requirements. Wind power, the physics varies with the cube of the wind speed. So the higher position above ground needed to capitalize on the best wind, once again, may make it harder for residential folk to fit into the codes. Zoning restrictions, local regulations may limit the height of the structure. And then grid connection. Connecting residential wind to the local utility grid can be complex, may require meeting specific interconnection requirements. As we know, wind turbines can make some noise, and that might not, turn your neighbors on. But if you're out in the middle of 50 acres, it won't bother anyone but you. Structural damage to a roof, if the wind system's affixed to a roof, it's probably best not to, although there are turbines now that don't use blades and that can be affixed to the top of the roof. What are the positive aspects of residential wind? Energy Sage writes that as of today, small wind turbines are eligible for the 30% federal tax credit under the Inflation Reduction Act of 2022, similar to solar panels. Not including the cost of materials, wind power is very friendly to CO2 output. In other words, it's not much CO2 output at all. A feature that should be included worldwide in how folks and business power their lives. Those that power cleanly should be incentivized via tax help or outright rebates in addition to those benefits given for an install. That's just our feeling, since you're sort of helping, the planet. Wind can blow at night and in areas where sunlight, i.e. solar power, is not as strong, like in northern latitudes versus southern latitudes. So possible 24-hour sustainability availability. You can go off grid if you're out in the middle of 50 acres and you've got a wind turbine powering up to 10 kilowatt hours. You're able to pretty much power your life, we would think. We were at a conference recently and met a gent that was very excited about wind. He lived on the top of a hill in Virginia. He had used some Berge turbines and he used some type of raising mechanism that did not seem to bother him much as far as getting it up above the ground. And he kept talking about how great it was, 24 hours of wind. So in conclusion, solar is certainly more ubiquitous, but residential wind as a primary power source can work for certain folks, or possibly in conjunction with solar. This presentation, our citations are the Department of Energy website, energysage.com, AI Overview, Perplexity, and a YouTube Engineering with Rosie. Thank you. See you on the next trip.